That the second Adam is the quickening of the dead. That God would visit the human in fleshly form. Now the question is, where is the dead? They're not in the cemetery. All of us that have buried loved ones know that if they get embalmed, there's nothing inside of them that can restart later in life. When they're embalmed, there's no heart and no kidney, no liver, and most funeral homes take those parts out and sell them. And many of us, when we get our license or register to vote, we sign a check of form. Will you be willing to donate body parts? If you check that, when you die, they'll take body parts and donate them to other people. So if you believe that at some point that body, which has been embalmed, is going to come back up to life, my question to you is what is on the inside that can bring them back? If there's no heart in there, no lungs, no kidney, now I know the question was, God can do whatever he want to do. That's that second grade education again. See, God is not a magician. He don't say abracadabra. God gives laws, and he's constant in his law. He doesn't change the rules as he pleases. It would be hard to follow him if every other day there'd be something new. We'd be like, I'm just so confused, God. But he's been constant from day one. Everything born at some point will do what? We all in agreement on that? That goes across every religion, right? Every color, politics, male, female, right? To be born means you're going to do what? Okay, see, we have agreement. Now, because you're going to die, you don't have the next statement, because you die, you're going to be born again. Some say, well, I believe there's an afterlife. Well, why would you want to live after life? If there's an afterlife, that sounds like prehistory. Now, Scripture says, if there were...
Ozone on the beat.
Afterlife, you'd have no memory of the life before. And if you have no memory of the life before, then you must not be the same person. Because there ain't going to be no second coming of Jeffrey, and Jeffrey don't remember Jeffrey from the first time. That don't make sense, does it? It's Jeffrey Muhammad. Look like the dude we knew. He don't know who he is. And if there was a heaven, and you got no memory of this life, so when you see your grandmother, she ain't going to remember you. Let's thank Allah for the minister for growing us up. God has allowed a condition to exist that he might display his glory. Now, at that certain period of time, all three religions believed that a Messiah would come. A Messiah is someone promised, expected, and a deliverer. An awaited redeemer of the Jews to be sent by God to free them. An exceptional or hoped for liberator of a country or people. In Latin, it's Messias. In Greek, Messias. In Aramaic, Meshua. And in Hebrew, Messiah. All of them means the anointed of the Lord, an expected liberator or savior of a captive people. So the Messiah would show up with people that have been held captive. Now, we can put a map up and prove all who have not been held captive. We could narrow this thing down so fast to who the captive people are that guess what? You're the ones that we would prove it. All of us sitting here are of the captive people. Now, you might say, I don't have no chains. The hell you don't. See, your prison is so big now, you got freedom to walk around your prison. And you don't even realize that you've been locked in, that you don't even realize you're in a prison. You think it's free. You just got a large area to play in. I proved my point. Drive to a white neighborhood and see if the prison guard don't come behind you. See, they know that noise. May I see your license? Now, what they're really saying is, who is this nigga driving a car in a Jaguar in my neighborhood? And you can go way down south, and boy, didn't you know this is too far on the block? Your cell block still back down in D. You have come way across. I'll turn this car around and head back if I was you. Did you not see Laquan McDonald? We will see you like that if you don't turn around and head back. All of us as black men have experienced that. They run the plate, run our license if we drive something nice. White boy drives something nice, y'all believe he's worked hard and got it. You know you do, or his daddy bought him a car. How come they can't be a dope man? How come they can't be illegal? How come they didn't steal the car? But if a brother drive a nice car, man, the brother stole it, must be a dope man, done got it from a crackhead. No one will say the brother has good credit and bought a car. Am I right? We attribute negative to a brother. He just can't afford to get something nice. White supremacy, black inferiority. In this prison, that we're in, you're free to go so far, but you can't go outside the grounds. Certain point, you told what to eat, you told when to eat it. Everything is dictated to restaurants that are allowed in your neighborhood, and you don't find many good ones. All of the restaurants that we can find, most of them in our neighborhood are bad for our health, except if you go to salon. You gotta put the disclaimer in there. And there are good restaurants, but most of our best restaurants have to move out of our community to make business because we've been trained to kill ourselves and we don't realize we're committing suicide with some of the foods that we eat. Scripture says that Jews believe that the Messiah has not yet come. Christians believe Jesus is the Messiah who has delivered that. They run the plate, run our license if we drive something nice. White boy drives something nice, y'all believe he's worked hard and got it. You know you do, or his daddy bought him a car. How come they can't be a dope man? How come they can't be illegal? How come they didn't steal the car? But if a brother drive a nice car, man, the brother stole it, must be a dope man, done got it from a crackhead. No one will say the brother has good credit and bought a car. Am I right? We attribute negative to a brother. He just can't afford to get something nice. White supremacy, black inferiority. In this prison that we're in, you're free to go so far, but you can't go outside the grounds. Certain point, you told what to eat, you told when to eat it. Everything is dictated to restaurants that are allowed in your neighborhood, and you don't find many good ones. All of the restaurants that we can find, most of them in our neighborhood are bad for our health, except if you go to salon. Gotta put the disclaimer in there. And there are good restaurants, but most of our best restaurants have to move out of our community to make business because we've been trained to kill ourselves and we don't realize we're committing suicide with some of the foods that we eat. Scripture says that Jews believe that the Messiah has not yet come. Christians believe Jesus is the Messiah who has delivered mankind from here. Mankind. At the end of time, it said that God would send a redeemer. This redeemer comes from Christ himself. This redeemer preaches for the effect in the hearts of people for change. Christ is the teacher. Christ is a redeemer. Christ is a restorer. Christ is a deliverer. If you didn't know it as Muslims, we believe it. Don't let your paper fool you to believe that we don't have no belief in Jesus. Don't you fall for that. If you got questions about what we believe, come to us and ask. Don't let CBS, NBC, ABC, and none of them answer questions that we can answer for ourselves. White folks have been known to lie. The Messiah has two works, one on earth, and then Christ has another work, one that's at the right hand of the Father, where he can direct things from afar. Two different missions, which means it could be two different people. Christ is one anointed with power to crush the wicked. Anointed means someone else is more. Anointed means that there's someone else more powerful than the anointed one. Because there got to be someone that can anoint you to call you an anointed one. You don't anoint yourself. Someone else says, I will vouch for you. And then the anointed one bears witness in the one that has anointed him or her. So for Jesus, Jesus says that there's one coming after me. He says it's expedient that I go. If I don't go, then the Comforter cannot come to you. He says he will lead you into all truth. All truth. He later says that when I go, you shall see me. You shall see me no more. That's in the Bible. That's Jesus of 2,000 years. He will come. You'll see me no more. So let's scrap the lies that have been told to us. Stop looking backwards for a man that said, you shall see me no more. Now, there'll be a man like Jesus. So the Holy Quran says that Jesus and Mary are a sign. Now, all of us read signs and all of us don't. Pay attention to them, but we should. And when you read the signs correctly, you never get lost. But if you got an ego, you think you know more than the sign. Oh, that sign off. Baby that said turn. Yeah, I know, that's the white man. That thing was off. And you lost. So if Jesus and Mary are a sign, and that's the word of Allah, that means that they're pointing to someone else that's coming. You have Jesus, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, and Jesus. the God that's made manifest in flesh. So the Christians say 3 in 1. Oh no, you talking about just one man with so much power that he can make others into his image. No more. Now, there'll be a man like Jesus. So the Holy Quran says that Jesus and Mary are a sign. All of us read signs and all of us don't pay attention to them, but we should. And when you read the signs correctly, you never get lost. If you got an ego, you think you know more than the sign. Oh, that's kind of off. Baby that said turn. Yeah, I know, that's the white man. That thing was up. And you're lost. So if Jesus and Mary are a sign, and that's the word of Allah, that means that they're pointing to someone else that's coming. So you have Jesus, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, and Jesus, the God that's made manifest in flesh. So the Christians say 3 in 1. Oh no, you talking about just one man with so much power that he can make others into his image and into his likeness, that when you see them, you're really looking at him. Y'all with me? Not 3 separate gods, but one supreme being that is making gods. Praise be to Allah. See, the language of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is liberating. It's self-defining. We declare that we are sons and daughters of God. We will no longer allow anyone else's religion to determine to us our place under the sun. Never again. So in our history as black people, you go back into ancient Babylon, into ancient Egypt, they called themselves gods. But they believed in a supreme being and they bowed down and worshiped. But they were intelligent enough to know that we came from him. Since we came from him, we must be like him. And if he's God, then damn, I'm a God too. Now fear will make you not want to claim your father. Now Jesus is not the supreme being, but he is filled with the spirit of the supreme being. Jesus said, don't pray to me. He said, there's none good but the Father. He pointed everyone to the supreme being. But when they asked him about Christ, he said, haven't I been with you? Adam represents man that has fallen from God. In Islam, we use the term Khalifa. Khalifa means successor. Now, you can't succeed God. Some people think after you die, you take their place. You never take the place of God. But you can act in God's presence and he can remove himself. He can say, go ahead, make some moves. I'll stand back and watch you. I ain't going anywhere. I'll never leave, but I allow you to exercise power and control that I have given to you. But you cannot control me. So Khalifa means you can act in the presence or in place of God, but not removing of God. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told the minister, you can sit in my seat as the father of the house. Not that you are the father, but you can sit as the father, because I'm going to direct you from afar. And as a good son, he never believed he could take the place of his father. He always knew my father's bigger, stronger, better, faster, more powerful than me, and I will always submit to my father. So when you see him, you see the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. In Islam, when we say the Mahdi, Messiah, and Christ come, he has a duty to break the cross, kill the swine.
Is he the producer?
Hey, close that door. Hey, close that door.
Sit down every tyrant and set justice in the earth. Now,
Is he the producer?
Hey, close that door. Hey, close that door. Hey.
what does break the cross mean? We ain't talking about pulling crosses off a wall and busting them up. Cross represents torture. There's no other group of people in the world that wear how their loved one died around their neck. If Jesus is risen, why remember him dead? If he's at the right hand of the Father, why put him on your shirt, on your neck, and he's half naked? Stop it. Even though they say that's a sign of his suffering, I don't want his suffering, I want his glory. Change the image, take the naked white man off your cross. If you got a cross and it symbolizes what you have to go through to get through a white man's world, all praise due to Allah. But get the naked cracker off your cross. And see, that's not Jesus, so don't get offended. Those are images of Michelangelo's relatives, and none of them were godlike. Not one of them. None of them. So I ain't mocking Jesus, we're mocking an artist that gave a rendition of what he thinks Jesus should look like. And the Bible refutes that argument. The Bible said he had hair like my brothers on that side of the mosque. So when we say break the cross, the stranglehold of a misrepresentation of Christianity has to be broken up. And I repeat, the misrepresentation of Jesus Christ has to be broken up. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, and the minister reiterates it, a good Muslim is a good Christian, and a good Christian is a good Muslim. But a lying Christian is not a good Muslim. And a lying Muslim is not a good Christian. So to be good, that means you got to follow somebody that knows the truth, because only the truth can make you good. And most of what we learned in the church were lies. Pastor didn't know it because he went to their schools under integration, and he taught him to teach us to keep being slaves. So we don't even blame him because he didn't know no better. Only God could have come and say, man, you've been taught lies. So we thank Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's a black liberator of all the religions. When we break the cross, we rearrange the false interpretation of Christianity. We break the slave names that we were given under Christian banner. We break the diet that we ate that was killing us. We break the knowledge that has made us mental slaves. We break the dress code that they gave us. We break the thinking, and most importantly, we break the idea of God that was given to us under a false representation of Christianity. So break the cross. Kill the swine. Now, we're not going out shooting pigs. We say kill the swine, kill the desire for anything that's impure, filthy, and nasty in your life. Now, killing the swine can mean kill the desire to eat the pig. That is not soul food. Let's self-determine. Hog is not soul food. Hog is suicide. Stop feeding your children the pig. Now, we know the argument. I've been eating it all my life. Sick, hurt, depressed, and down. I challenge all the hog eaters. This is a challenge. Go 1 week without it. Just 1 week. I guarantee you'll feel so much better. That you'll come in here and you'll be shaking your hands like, you'll be in this room with all of the other no longer hog eaters. You can say after 25 years, 6 days, 4 hours, I still have not had another piece of the hog. You sit down every tyrant. All of the world leaders that mean nothing but harm for us, they got to sit down. All of local leaders that mean nothing but harm and murder for us, they got to sit down. All of those in our neighborhood that are committing fratricide, black on black killing, they got to sit down. And the very devil that's in our own mind that's killing us, you got to sit that tyrant down even in your own mind. So the Messiah has to sit the tyrant down in our community, in their community, and across the world. The Messiah got a job to talk to all people, not just one. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is bringing justice to the earth on 10-10-15. He said, justice. Deuteronomy 18, he says, I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their people. So if God's saying I'm bringing a prophet from among their people, he didn't say from among all people. He said from their people. Well, who are their people? They were the ones held in captive, and no one on historical record has been held captive as long and as brutal as the black man in America. Don't call yourself African American. Don't do that. I know the argument now. We got to associate ourselves with a landmass. That's true. And to start with Africa, that's cool. But did you know Africa was not named by us? So I understand the concept. It's good. But it ain't there yet, because Africa is named after two white men, Leo and Scipio Africanus, who lied and said that they discovered Africa. They were the conquerors of Africa. So even in saying Africa, and you can change the spelling from the C to the K, it don't matter. It's still after two white men. It's a start, but it ain't the finish line. You want to get to the finish line early, call yourself Asiatic. Asiatic. See, that's the name of the planet prehistory. West Asia, East Asia, North Asia, and South, which means all of the citizens were not called Asians, they were called Asiatics. We don't associate ourselves with a landmass. Hell no. We associate ourselves with all the land masses. The black man is the God of this planet, not just some corner of it. We own all of it.